Welcome back to Walk in the Park. We're still in Disneyland Paris and Frontierland, the town of Thunder Mesa, home of usually the home of Phantom Manor. It's closed for a very long refurbishment, new effects, updated technology, really big, nice refurbishment for this, following a couple other headliners that have had similar treatment the last few years here, including Big Thunder and Pirates of the Caribbean. But the work walls have some really cool stuff on them. I'll take a quick look at it. I like that the sheriff's name is Will Ketchum. Pretty great. You see there's some Western River nods. Of course, the Western River Expedition, which was supposed to be built for Walt Disney World, never was, but still a big part of the lore in many of the Frontierlands at the parks around the world. Ravenswood is the manor, so it's not Master Gracie in this version of the mansion because it's Phantom Manor. It's a whole different storyline, despite having a lot of the scenes you know and love from the Haunted Mansion. It's a pretty different experience. See, the Madame Leota carries over between the two versions of the ride. We saw that one. We saw this one. Yeah, they're starting to get the idea. I think we take a peek. Should we? Should we take a peek through this wall and see what's going on? Here's the train station. And it gets a little hard to see towards the mansion, but you get the idea. Disneyland Paris had the benefit of learning from the other parks, and I think Disney truly applied everything they had learned to that point when they designed this park. The park is very detail heavy. So there's a lot of great signage, a lot of wonderful, wonderful props and things of that sort. A lot of rich detail. So this park may not have the most attractions. It may not have necessarily all the e-tickets of the U.S. parks or Asia, but it certainly makes up for it in charm and level of detail. They did a fantastic job when they built this park in 1992. Sadly, it had a long, rough road after that. I'm not doing a lot of merchandise, but there are these great Big Thunder shirts.
You know what?
For adults, for kids as well. I, of course, had to buy the adult one. It's pretty great. There's the shooting gallery. The really cool thing, so here's just a bunch of props. This is the Blacksmith. And there's nothing over here. It's just this Blacksmith Shop. But a fun fact, most of the stuff you see here isn't a replica. It isn't something Disney made. When they built this park, they were really going for that level of realism, that level of authenticity. A lot of these things were procured and are original real pieces, and were procured for the park to be used as props. So pretty crazy, but again, the sky was kind of the limit in 1992. I was going to show you guys the garbage can thing, but that garbage can was particularly dirty. I think I promised on an earlier episode I'd show you something weird and different. Yeah, here we go. So, see, this garbage can says no smoking because you're in a no smoking area. Because you're in a no smoking area, they're asking you to put it out. And there is sort of a covered ashtray thing on the top of all the regular garbage cans. So if you go to an actual smoking area garbage can, the top of that trash can is going to be an ashtray. But if you're in a no smoking area, it's just going to be a place for you to put the thing out. And it will cover it to keep the smell, I guess, away. People don't have to see it. People don't think it's a smoking area. Whatever the reason may be, if you're not in a smoking area, you got these covered top cigarette disposals on top of garbage cans. Here's some detail. We're right on the side of the load area for Big Thunder Mountain Railroad and the Eureka mining supplies, which has a loading platform with the Big Thunder Mining Company. There goes the train. It's right along the track because that's where in Story they would load these items from Eureka mining supplies so they could mine Big Thunder. Of course, what Big Thunder is complete without a birdhouse that's actually hiding cameras, right? It wouldn't be Frontierland without it.
Voglio sapere che problema tienes tu.
We're going to travel to the farthest reaches of Thunder Mesa here. We leave the main town behind and we head out to Cottonwood Creek, home of the Cowboy Cookout restaurant and barbecue, which sadly is closed right now for refurbishment, but it's a pretty cool looking building. I assume this shouldn't be swinging in the wind, right? I'm gonna go ahead and close it. Oh, because there's no handle on it. It'll probably reopen, but I did my civic duty, right, as an annual pass holder. So right now the Chaparral Theater is being rebuilt, which I think is why they're also taking this opportunity to refurbish the Cowboy Cookout. But just look at this level of detail. I mean, it's really fantastic. Just this big wagon over here. Well, it's not even a wagon. It's some sort of farming device. You got the I think it's pretty clever. Cottonwood Creek, Cowboy Cookout, both are CC. And also those C's are clearly horseshoes, so pretty neat little detail. Paris Park, at least in design, just a lot of thought in everything. Which also I feel about Tokyo, but Tokyo I think also has a lot of really great headliner attractions, a lot of attractions that are the best of their kind. I don't know if Paris really does that, but they certainly do. They have a park that is the prettiest of the castle parks, far and away. Here's the Pueblo Trading Post, which is home to pins, but only open for limited hours on weekends. So. Many years ago, just like the U.S. parks, Paris also had the keel boats. Needless to say, they're gone, but if we go over here, you can see one sitting there. The reason that they still exist here and could travel around the river is because there is no other way to evacuate the riverboat if it got stuck. So if you think about Florida and California, if the riverboat got stuck, we still have a vehicle that could be used in an emergency to get people off. That would be the rafts that take you to Tom Sawyer Island. Since there's no Tom Sawyer Island here, there's no rafts to Tom Sawyer Island. So they kept the keel boats in case of an emergency, if they ever have to use them for that. But as far as guest use, they are their history. This is the Pocahontas Indian Village. It's a playground. We're going to take a walk down here. There's someone sleeping on the ground. Pretty normal here, believe it or not. So, the other thing that our parks used to have is canoes. Guess who else had canoes? Disneyland Paris. Here's where the canoes, once loaded from this dock, before the rest became playground area, you could load the canoes here. And there in the distance is Big Thunder Mountain. The Paris Big Thunder Mountain is pretty special for a number of reasons. Number one, it's the only one that's its own island. So replacing Tom Sawyer Island is Big Thunder Mountain. So you might be wondering, but hey, you showed me the load area and the queue for Big Thunder. It's all the way over there. It's on this side of the river. How do you get across? Well, this Big Thunder dives under the rivers of America and out to this island, and it does it going out, it does it coming back.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Oh, you've rejoined.
I decided.
People are probably tired of hearing this to me.
Probably.
So this is Tony, of course, the history of Tony and Big Thunder Mountain, the Tony Baxter Mountain. Tony was sort of working on this as an add-on attraction to Thunder Mesa and the Western River Expedition at Walt Disney World. And then somehow over time, Mark Davis's Western River Expedition died and Big Thunder Mountain became its own project. So Tony, of course, being in charge of this park creatively, wanted to build the biggest and best Big Thunder he had ever built, or Disney had ever built to that point, and so he got to do it with this one. It's got some cool different things. There's a drop into water that's actually on the river, which is really fun. There's some other cool things. It's pretty neat. I think that's probably a good place to end our tour of Frontierland, and I'll see you next time as we return to Disneyland Paris.